Hello, everyone. My divinity to yours. Well, my name is Kayleigh. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I have been feeling very, very low in energy and have been getting messages from my runes to withdraw my energies and rest. But today, I really wanted to do a tarot reading. Just a simple 3 card. And I already tried to film this. That's why I'm smiling, because I already know what the cards are. and, or rather, I did film this, and I wanted to refilm it to make the message a little bit more concise. So, as I was shuffling, the Prince of Cups came out and fell, and I put him back in and kept shuffling, and then looked at the bottom and was like, oh, there's the Prince of Cups. So I was like, okay, we're ready. By the way, this is the Druidcraft Tarot by Stephanie and Philip Cargom and illustrated by Will Worthington. It's quite beautiful. I like it. Anyway, so with the underlying energy being the Prince of Cups, this indicates that we have this feeling of wanting more, whether that be someone or something that fulfills our more creative and spiritual and like feel good desires. So maybe inviting somebody out to an artistic event, or just trying to fill that cup ourselves through pursuing artistic things or creative endeavors. Or somebody's coming in, or an offer is coming in that will, help you cut loose a little bit. But it's this feeling of wanting more. Also, the moon, as you can see, is only a partial crescent. And yeah, there's definitely a feeling of like, I have a full cup, but I'd like some more. Please, sir, may I have some more? Anyway, the actual reading, what I pulled, you might not believe me, but that's okay. This is what I pulled. We got the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Two of Wands. What? So that's beautiful. In the center of the reading, this indicates us, where we stand today, that type of thing. We have the Queen of Cups. There's a very subtle illustrative tool that they use for this, where some of the court cards have shoes and some of them do not. The Queen of Cups does not have shoes on. As you can see, she's dipping her toe into the waters. She's holding her cup, she's very protective of it, and right above it is the full moon, which, we will have a full moon on the 1st/2nd of October. Her throne is behind her. It's fairly ornate. It's not the most ornate of the court cards, but it's still quite beautiful. There's a snake in the grass right beside/in front of it. And snakes, by the way, are not evil. They do not represent poison all of the time. They represent protection and rebirth and healing. So anyway, the Queen of Cups is a figure, male or female, that is in tune with their creative, their artistic, and their psychic and intuitive natures. They are fulfilled from within by these things. They do not look outside for validation or for, they just don't look outside for validation or for other people to fill that cup for them. Look at how the moon is directly above the cup. That very much indicates that she fills her own cup directly from source. So with this card being in the center, it shows that we've come to this place of maturity within ourselves where don't necessarily need anything from the outside. And when the right offer comes, we may accept that offer. It could very well indicate that we've been pursuing artistic and creative endeavors ourselves, or actually kind of what I'm feeling with this, especially with the three out of four cup court cards that perhaps under this this full moon, there may be some psychic gifts opening up for a lot of us. Okay, elaborating off of the Queen of Wands, we have the Queen of Cups. Freudian slip? Elaborating off of the Queen of Cups, we have the King of Cups. Now this, I mentioned earlier that the Queen was not wearing shoes. He is wearing shoes. I'm going to talk about that first. So, oh, hello, wasp. The shoes, I feel, indicates a direct connection with Earth, or not. So, in this case, with the King of Cups, he has obviously been successful in his artistic endeavors. I feel like the harper, lyre, correct me if I'm wrong, shows that he's a successful bard. And he's been able to use his creative force and his psychic force to create a wonderful kingdom. And he's come to a point of maturity. Obviously, he's jovial. You know, he loves to wine and dine. And there's actually a very similar or the same throne as the Queen of Cups, just he's actually sitting in his throne. Anyway, so the shoes. I'm going to talk on that, and then I'm not going to talk on that, sorry. The shoes. Because he's wearing the shoes, I feel it really indicates that this figure that is elaborating off of the Queen, or coming in to meet the Queen, who knows? He has taken on the responsibility of running his kingdom. And because of that, he may not be able to connect as intimately or as often with his more psychic and earth grounded natures. Maybe he's not able to fully engage or engulf himself in his creative endeavors or in his artistic and his music endeavors. You know, once you become the king, you can't really party as hard as you can when you're still the prince, right? That's not a bad thing. Just, you know, he has to find a way to balance those desires, the responsibility of running his kingdom and the need for filling his own cup, his own desires, right? I feel like the dog here sitting just behind his throne shows that, wow, as women, we are naturally attuned to our intuition when we're born and throughout our life. I mean, obviously, if we grow up in a family that causes us to quieten our intuition and ignore our intuition and our inner knowing, then it definitely becomes a bit of a battle later in life to reconnect to that. But naturally, we are more just in tune with it. And in the tarot, when you see a man with a dog, or in folklore, when there's a man with a dog, the dog indicates that he has been united with his wildling nature, i.e. his intuition. I also want to point out that this card, the King of Cups, I almost said the King of Wands. guys, this King of Cups, it's at twilight. Whether that's sunset or sunrise, it's hard to tell. But yeah, it's at the meeting point of light and dark. The meeting point. It's an exploration of the gray area. And I'll tell you why I think that in just a moment. With the Two of Wands. So, the Two of Wands. The Lord of Dominion in the Hermetic deck. This here style, forgetting my geography. Point is, buddy guy here, I'm so sorry. Dude man's holding two staffs, right? In each hand you have a staff. Your hands are full, you're fulfilled. Yet, holding them as such apart creates a doorway. And it is inviting you to consider that there is a third thing created when two come together. This is the exploration of that gray area I just mentioned. This is that... It's a bug on my face. This is that that magical meeting between light and dark, where that gray or that twilight exists. This is that the tension of a relationship where creativity can be born. I think that as the Queen of Cups, I almost said Queen of Wands again, my goodness. I think that as the Queen of Cups contemplates the offers that eventually do come to her, she contemplates those offers and contemplates what it might mean for her to unite with a counterpart. That she is the one, she or he, they are the one holding the two staves, and could very well be that this full moon is bringing in a or multiple counterparts, and it will be up to her to decide whether she wants to step through the doorway and explore the third energetic thing that is born when two come together, or whether or not she wants to stay fully connected to her own inner self. I really hope that makes sense. But the Prince of Cups underneath, with this being the underlying energy, really indicates that yes, she has her hands full of her own cup, but she or they are realizing that there could be more. And I really like that they're looking at each other. I just think that's really beautiful. I wonder if this is along the same shoreline or if it's like across. Yeah, man. Please focus. There you go. I wonder if this is along the same shore or if it is like across the way from each other. But either way, we're being shown a doorway. And we get to decide and use our intuition and our inner knowing and our own divine higher self to decide whether we are stepping through or not, and whether we will accept whatever offers come through or not. And I think the key here is to not overthink anything, to not get lost in a logical debate in your mind. And I believe that this is about staying connected to your own inner knowing. Yeah. Very cool. All right. Happy now. Happy Saturn direct. Happy Jupiter direct. Pluto turns direct shortly after the full moon. So all of this Capricorn energy that has been stifled and held back, and these delays and pauses and obstructions and stuff will be kind of freed up for us to move forward with. I love it. I love it. All right, guys. I'm offering personal readings. I use Elder Futhark, tarot, oracle cards, and some good old intuition and a touch splash of astrology in there. So definitely email me if you need some questions answered or you're not sure which path you want to take, what have you. And I will be back very soon with the rest of my Mars retrograde readings. Yeah, so have a wonderful day. Celebrate every moment you're alive. Peace out.